Hey guys, welcome back to BlazedGoddessTarot. For today's pick a card reading, we are looking into what can you expect in the next 72 hours. You got pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Go ahead and pause the reading and pick the pile that calls out to you the most. Hey, pile number 1, if you chose this crystal, then this is your reading. Before I get into it, I do want to say that this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you want to book your own private reading with me, then the link is in the description at BlazedGoddess.com. And if this reading resonates, please subscribe. It really does mean a lot to the channel. But we're going to go ahead and get into it. So for pile number 1, what can they expect in the next 72 hours? At the bottom of the deck, you have the Wheel of Fortune. But you have the World clarified by the 9 of Swords. You have the Hermit being clarified by the 9 of Wands. You have the 4 of Cups being clarified by the 3 of Cups. Overall, this is giving me something is coming to an end. You're having to walk away from something, or something's walking away from you, and it's for a good thing. Like, I feel like you're causing your own faith. Like, your own fate. It kind of gives me a vibe of, it's like you can't move forward without having to close this cycle. The reason I say cycle is because the world talks about completion of a cycle, and the 9 of Swords talks about stress and anxiety and sleepless nights. So I feel like it's something that has to do with your mental health, something that has been weighing you down, something that has been causing friction in your life right now because of how it's making you feel. With the Hermit and the 9 of Wands, the Hermit does talk about, you know, taking a pause and going within. You know, kind of like isolating yourself to kind of like, you know, spend time with yourself. And like the 9 of Wands, it feels more of a, I know what's right, but I'm not gonna budge type of energy. So it's kind of like with the 4 of Cups and the 3 of Cups, it's like, I feel like, especially with the 4 of Cups, I feel like maybe Spirit is actually putting you in isolation. Like they might be doing this to you, and it's like you can't really do much about it. Or I see this kind of being what this cycle is about. Like maybe you keep on trying to give your love to the wrong person, And like the Three of Cups, it could be a third party, but I feel like that's only if you know that it's a third party. But it could talk about how, like, maybe you got friend zoned, maybe you got ghosted, and it's just basically talking about now you're able to move forward, maybe even move on. I feel like this is really just a stepping stone. I don't feel like this was meant to stay. It kind of gives me like a vibe of like a video game. Like you're leveling up, you're defeating the boss, and you're moving forward. And this doesn't have to be like other people. It could be like a mindset. Like maybe you're getting out of like a stubborn energy and moving into more of a happy, celebrating type of energy. But I definitely feel like something is coming to an end in the next 72 hours, and it's for the best. And especially with the Wheel of Fortune, it's meant to happen. The perfect timing is now. And I feel like it is not only like a change in luck, but it's also a change in heart. Like I feel like you might go through the emotions throughout this period. Like one minute you're like, no, I don't want to change. I want to, keep doing this. This is my comfort zone. And another minute you're like, this is for the best. I do need to step forward. But it's like, I feel like you've been kind of asking for questions, and it was like, now you're finally getting an answer. Now you're finally getting basically the door to be cracked in order for you to jump through it. But I definitely feel like something is changing. Something is changing for the best. See, there's the Tower. It's going to be very unexpected. Like, again, you might not want it to happen, but it's going to happen so you can manifest greater things. I feel like it's one of those type of things where you kind of have to clean the slate before you can move forward. You can't move forward without feeling this pain, feeling this cycle. Because I feel like it's not only just a cycle, but it's also your feelings attached to it too. Because this bed is crying. So like, maybe you gotta let it go, and that's why you also got the Hermit. And so you can kind of take that minute to grieve if you need to, or process any type of feelings. But I definitely feel like this is pretty massive. Like, this is going to be a big change. Like, things are not going to be the same anymore. But that does include what I have for you today, pile number 1. If this reading resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really does mean a lot to the channel. If you want to book your own private reading with me, the link is in the description at BlazedGoddessTarot. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Bye! Hey, pile number 2. If you chose this crystal, then this is your reading. Before we get into it, I do want to say that this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you want to book your own private reading with me, the link is in the description at BlazedGoddess.com. And if this reading resonates, please subscribe. It really does mean a lot to the channel. But we're going to go ahead and get into it. So for pile number 2, what can they expect in the next 72 hours? You have the Ace of Cups. You have the Queen of Pentacles. It's too many cards. Okay. Yeah, the Chariot. We're going to clarify these cards real quick. Clarify the Ace of Cups, please. You have Happy Squirrel. You have Justice. And then you have the Four of Swords. Bottom of the deck, you have the Magician. Really positive energy. He's off the rip with the Ace of Cups and Happy Squirrel. I definitely feel like that is a new beginning in love. Something that you've been waiting for. Something that really makes you happy. Something that puts you in your element. And I feel like this is something that you don't have to really worry about, like, the intentions of it, because it's so pure. With the Queen of Pentacles and Justice, I feel like you kind of really deserve this. Because I feel like you've been kind of sticking to your guns. You've been sticking to your boundaries. You know, like, you do give to others. Like, if they come and spend some time with you, you know, you're going to spend some time with them as well. Like, you kind of match whatever they're putting on the table, is what I'm trying to say. And it's like you've been very fair. You've been very true. You've been going through, I guess, good and bad. And it's like, this is finally time for the universe to give back to you. Especially with the Chariot and the Four Swords. That's why I feel like this is a successful period for you. But with the Four Swords, you don't have to do too much. Because the work is already done. Like, you've already done your part. And especially with the Magician at the bottom of the deck, I feel like you're definitely manifesting things right now. You definitely have what it takes. I feel like there's a lot of eyes on you. I feel like for some of y'all, there might have been an ex that ghosted you. And I feel like this won't even surprise them. Like, it won't, I don't think it's going to be them. I feel like it is like a completely new person, a new energy. It might just be like somebody random that comes and offers you to go out. I just feel like a huge you deserve it type of vibe. You deserve it, so you're going to see it. Especially if we take away these cards and look at the top three cards. Like, you have the Ace of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Chariot. And that literally says that, you know, you're going to get this. And also, like, I just noticed the kitty cats right here. I feel like that is definitely like a twin flame type of energy. It doesn't have to be twin flame. It could be any type of the bonds, honestly. Like, it could be a start of a trauma bond. But it's going to lead you to a place where it's kind of like a step up. It's kind of just depending on where you're at in your journey. Because I don't feel like that for the majority of y'all. I feel like that's just a small portion. Because, like, I feel like with this Ace of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles, it's like you're going to get somebody that's worth it. You're going to have something that's worth it. Worth your time, worth your investment. It's not going to be like anything else. And I feel like it's really going to make you happy. I mean, you got the Happy Squirrel. You have the Happy Squirrel clarifying the Ace of Cups. Like, it's like, now that you're in a happy energy as is, I think you're going to be attracting that as well. So the next 72 hours, I definitely feel like it's going to be something brand new, something that was in the making for a while, and something that you completely deserve. I feel like it is a time for the universe to give to you, and you not have to do so much. You've already done the work. But I definitely feel like a huge twin flame, soulmate type of vibe. And I feel like for the majority of y'all, it is somebody new. But that does include what I have for you today, number 2. If the reading resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really does mean a lot to the channel. If you want to book your own private reading with me, BlazedGoddessTarot is where you go. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed. Bye! Hi, pile number 3. If you chose this crystal, then this is your reading. Before we get into it, I do want to say that this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you want to book your own private reading with me, then the link is in the description at BlazedGoddess.com. And if this reading resonates, please subscribe. It really does mean a lot to the channel. But we're going to go ahead and get into it. So for pile number 3, what can you expect in the next 72 hours? We have the Queen of Cups. This ain't gonna be for all of y'all, but there is like a pregnancy type vibe. And I usually never say that in my readings, but there is the baby. For pile number 3, what can they expect in the next 72 hours? We have the Fool. See, and the Fool talks about starting something new. You know what's new? A new life. I'm just saying, it's for some of y'all. Then you have the Hanged Man being clarified with the World. With the Ace of Swords. You have the Six of Pentacles. You also have the Star that wanted to get my attention. And then the King of Wands. Bottom of the deck, you have the Sun. I think it's kind of funny because I feel like you have a decision to make. I don't know why I'm grabbing it so awkward. This is one of those mornings. But I do feel like there is some type of choice that you have to make. Because I feel like you've been wanting something with somebody for a while. I particularly think that you're in your feminine energy. It don't matter if you're a female or a male. I feel like you're more in your feminine side. And you're wanting somebody more masculine. Somebody that's action orientated. Somebody that does take, bold moves. But somebody that can be kind of flighty and impulsive. But I feel like with the Fool and the Ace of Swords, there's going to be some type of truth that's going to be revealed. And it's like, you're going to have this option if you want to start this new beginning or not. And I feel like for most of y'all are going to choose this new beginning. You know, I feel like you are going to end up giving to the situation, but I also feel like it's one-sided because of the Queen of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. I just feel like it could be kind of one-sided. And it's like you might stop and think about it, and then once you think about it, it's like you awaken, and like now it's a new you, and you're starting to realize like, hey, this ain't right. And then with the Hanged Man and the World, I feel like for some of y'all, like there might be a decision you have to make when it comes to a certain desire that you once had. I feel like there's like, you desire to be with somebody, you know? And it's like you're going to get that wish, but then I feel like there might be a part of them that you kind of awaken to. And it's like now you can't see them the same. It's because Spirit don't want you to see them the way you see them. Like you need to see it for the truth. And I feel like maybe Spirit in the next 72 hours is going to give you a sign of that. Like they're really going to present themselves. And I feel like with this Ace of Swords, like, yeah, you're going to figure out something, but I feel like it might kind of hurt your feelings. But it's like you're gonna sit there and you're gonna kind of like take it with a grain of salt, but it's meant, like you're meant to cross this. You're meant to find this out. You're meant to discover it. And I feel like it's kind of up to you how you move forward. But it's like, I feel like for some of y'all situations, it's like this person, you are going to get your wish that they are going to come toward you, but they are going to vocalize what they've done. So it's like going from left to right, you had the Star and the King of Wands, and that shows me that, you know, you did wish for this. You do want this person to come. So I feel like this person does come. You do get your wish. But then it's like, once again, you're understanding. Once again, you're validating their feelings. And like with the Six of Pentacles, it just kind of gives me like a one-sided energy. Like you're giving to them, but they're not really giving to you. You're opening up your heart, but they're kind of just saying like, I want to do this. I don't want it to be like this. Instead of being like you and you saying, I feel this. This is what my heart says. So that's kind of like where the imbalance comes in at, which leads to the Fool and the Ace of Swords. Yes, this is a new beginning, but like, is it the new beginning that you really want? Because like with the Fool and the Ace of Swords, that's where I keep saying like, you're going to have the choice to take this leap with this person, regardless of the truth, regardless of the damage. But it's like, you are going to have this new beginning with them. You are going to sit down and talk to them. You are going to have this moment of truth. But after that moment of truth fades away, you're going to be looking at the situation so much differently. And it could be good, bad. I feel like it kind of depends with each person in this reading. I feel like for some it could be good, some can be bad, you know. But it's going to get you in a mindset, it's like, should I leave this? So it's kind of like, it's like, should I leave this? Or what can we do to leave this pattern? You're going to try to be figuring out how to close some type of cycle, either with this person or inside this connection. But you have the Sun, and I thought that was kind of funny because it's like, especially with the Ace of Swords, and it keeps giving me like, something's going to hurt your feelings. It's kind of like, yeah, you're going to be happy, but you're going to be walking around with like your person being a red flag. Like I feel like you're getting attracted to red flags a little bit. I mean, we all been there, done that, you know? But I feel like something is really gonna tug at you in the next 72 hours. I feel like once you look at the situation, you're gonna be unable to unsee it. And then it's gonna have you kind of like scratching your head. Should I stay? Should I go? And it don't have to be, you know, romantic. It could also be, you know, at a job. Like your boss finally gave you, you know, that raise, that promotion. And now it's like you're doing more work than the rest of them. And it's like now you're looking at the whole company like, should I even still work for you? But I just definitely feel like you have some type of decision after some type of truth comes out. But alright, pile number 3, that is all that I have for you. If this reading resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really does mean a lot to the channel. If you want to book your own private reading with me, BlazedGoddessTarot is where you go. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Bye!